Hey guys, welcome back. The first video I ever made was the Kawasaki Brute Force. The pedal on the ATV was not functional. So I took it apart, I repaired the internals, lubricated them, make sure all the connections were good, sealed it back up and got it back working. Now, it was my first video I ever did. The shots were horrible. But it worked. There was no need for me to purchase anything. So the same quad a few years later now, about a year later, we're having the same issue where we hit the pedal, we have battery power, we're hitting the pedal, it's not functional. And I wanted to do this again, or go through this process of troubleshooting with you guys and take better shots this time around, hopefully, so that you can see what it is that I'm doing. So again, we have the super sun faded Kawasaki Brute Force power wheels. We have the battery in there, and to confirm, we do have battery power. It's in gear, and we're not getting any action on the pedal at all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna disconnect the battery. We're gonna flip this up on its hind, and we're gonna start taking the pedal fixture apart, because that's usually the culprit, mostly because the water pools in this area and it starts to seep into the unit itself and it corrodes. I don't suspect that it's corrosion this time around, but you never know. So give me a second to set this up and we'll keep going on. There, we have these, I don't know what they're called, I guess female connectors that come in sideways instead of the normal connection that's straight. And so I didn't have one of those, so I ended up using a straight one, and I just bent it, and I guess it just, you know, took its toll. That's all. So this is what we have. The connector itself is, again, a female connector here, and what I noticed is that if we bend it a certain way, it snaps. And so I did this so that I could show you guys. If you're bending it backwards, it's going against the way that the metal is curved on the inside, and that causes it to snap. I don't know if you can see that on there, but it caused a crease, and then ultimately it's now garbage, right? And so what you want to do is bend it inward. I mean, if you really can't find the 90s, which I haven't been able to find any, and since the last time that this happened, I mean, we've gone, like I said, a year. If we get another year out of this sun-faded thing with this cheap fix, then so be it. I'm not going to worry about trying to find the right 90 female connection. But anyway, if you bend it inward toward it, so the opening is facing downward in that 90 or 45 or whatever you want to call that, then it's actually better for it to keep its rigidity, so it doesn't compromise this flimsy piece of metal and cause it to break with vibrations and such. So let's see if we can get this going. Alright, so in theory, I should be able to plug in the battery right this second, hit the pedal, and we should be on our way. So let's see. Okay, I'm showing that I have battery. Not getting anything still. Oh. All right. So, again, all we did was remove the old female connection. We put a new connector on there, gave it a slight bend because I don't have the 90s, and we're just going to cover this back up, and we should be good to go. All right. It's working.